This is going to be a car crash. Welcome back to the James Lawrence Allcott channel. Hope you guys are doing wonderfully well. Great news, first of all. You guys hit the like target on the last video, which means that I will give away the final copy of FM22 to a lucky subscriber. I'm going to do it slightly different for this one. It's going to be for a new subscriber, okay? Because I'd like more subscribers. But don't worry if you're already a subscriber. I've got a little thing to get you guys involved. And basically, just so you know, cards on the table. If I get free stuff and I can give it away, I will give it away. Oh, yes. Which is why you should subscribe to this channel, because you might get some free stuff. For example, Scouted Football. So, I've got 2 of them to give away. If we can get to 4,000 likes on this, then I will give away those 2 copies of Scouted Football. But more importantly, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet and you would like to get your hands on this, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel right down below. I'm a new subscriber, Jim. Pick me. So easy. And you can get your hands on Football Manager 2022. Now, I thought this was a perfect video for it because we're talking about managers. See the link there? You see the link there? Manager. So, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I am literally going to just record this off the cuff and see where we go, because whatever I do is going to be a car crash. You know that. I know that, and that's why you're probably watching as well. But I thought when I was going to do this, I thought the best way of doing it is, first of all, not have Munoz, because I just can't remember if that was actually a real thing, or all I know is Ranieri's the manager now. And I know Ranieri better, so I've put Ranieri in instead of Munoz. And then also, I'm going to keep Brucey in. Because I don't know enough about Graham Jones, just as of yet, to judge him. It doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel like there's the right kind of data set. Do you feel me? I feel like you do. Let's go. So, the way I've done it is this. Like this. I'll put first, who is the best manager in the Premier League? Then, 2nd to 5th. Then 6th to 10th, then 11th to 15th, and then, as you can see, because you probably can count, 16th to 20th. Now, from the left to the right, that will then be the order of which. For example, Bruno Lage is 2nd, Benitez 3rd, Brendan 4th, and so on, okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put into pots, and then I'm going to rearrange at the end of this video. And we'll see where we're at. Of course, get involved in the comments. Let me know where I'm getting this wrong and what your list would be. There is a link in the description if you want to do your tier list as well. Feel free to send it to me on Twitter, @James Allcott. Let's go. So, where to begin? Now, I think there's some weird little pressure point managers here that it's just so hard, isn't it? And so I'm going to base it on a couple of things. 1, would I like to be managed by them? 2, are they good at managing? I think those are going to be the 2 main criteria. So let's go with the sort of middle of the road people. So Vieira, yeah, I like him. Is he 6 to 10? I think that he hasn't done enough yet, so I'm not putting him there. I like what he's doing so far at Palace, so I'm going to chuck him in there. He could be a mover. Potter, is he in the top 5? Or maybe I establish my top 5 first. That's a shout. Right, Klopp, easy. Guardiola, top 5. Ooh. Brendan. Thomas. Now, then you've got... So this is great, okay. Because the problem you have with a lot of these things is who they've managed and what they've had to manage, right? And so people like good old Daishi. Like, Daishi's... He's got to be 6 to 10, isn't he? Just for what he's done. And then you go... Is he a manager that has done could any of these guys have done Daishi's job? That's something we can discuss a little bit later down the road. So we continue to move. He's definitely a 6 to 10 for me. In the sort of pressure zone, Benitez definitely 6 to 10 at the very least, right? Bruno Lage, I think he's done well so far, and I like the way that they're playing. He's brought in, and considering how dire it was last year in terms of how boring it was to watch, I think that puts him in a nice little 11 to 15. He's certainly not in the bottom 4 managers in the Premier League for me. Possible bottom 4ers. Is that a thing? Brucey. Solskjaer. I mean, do I put Arteta in there? Farkery struggled. Hasenhüttl. Now, Ranieri has achieved incredible things. But are we ranking him on that? Is it on history? How big of a part is history in this? I'll come back to that. David Moyes has been a very, very good manager as well over the years, and he's doing an absolutely incredible job at West Ham. I'm going to put in incredible jobs, doing incredible jobs. Let's do that. History boys, doing incredible jobs. Let's do that. Frankie, he's doing a very solid job. Were they expected to go up regardless? Yes, they were at some point. Have they been very competitive? Yes. Does he blow his own trumpet a lot? Yes. Do I like that? Not really. Am I annoyed at that because it's Brentford and I'm a little bit jealous? Possibly. I'm going to put him here for now, 11 to 15. Bielsa, one of the great names. He's a history boy. But we can't fit all of them in the 2 to 5, so it's going to get really exciting. Just a second. How do you feel about this quickfire thing? Let me know. Now, Nuno. Who know where Nuno should go? Did overall a good job with Wolves. Wolves, I think if you think of the squad, though, it was a very, very good squad. I'm going to put him 6 to 10 for now. Potter, especially you, Potter. He has to be a 6 to 10er. Doing a fantastic job right now. Getting the credit he deserves now. Hipster's choice as well. He really is the hipster's choice. Rightly so. It's odd, though, isn't it? Because he doesn't sort of... I don't know. He doesn't look suave, but that's good. Maybe football hipsters aren't shallow. Well done. Well done. And Dean Smith, 11 to 15. For now, but I think he has done a very, very good job. He's now got the players overall. The overall squad ability has gone through the roof. Actually, also with him, he's in every job he's been in, he's done really well. Did well at Walsall, did well at Brentford, and overall, I think has done very well at Aston Villa. Would he have still been in the job if he didn't have Jack Grealish? We'll never know. But that's not on him. He did keep them up, didn't he? Okay. So, at the moment, as I said, we've got a bit of a mess here. We now need to put them in order. This is where it gets spicy, guys. When managers collide. That's all right, wasn't it? Okay. So who is in contention for the top spot? And am I being harsh on Solskjaer as well? Should Solskjaer be a top 10 manager? Would he manage any of these other guys? I just can't see it. Can you? Is he one of these bottom guys? He's in the bottom. He has to be in the bottom few. Right. Top 2, I think we generally understand it's got to be Klopp and Guardiola. But which one of them will have to drop down? Tuchel has done a glorious job. But I think he needs to win the Premier League to... Oh, he has won the Champions League, to be fair. Hasn't been there for a long time. And I think the thing that we will expect to see from Tuchel is that for some reason it blows up. Partly because it's Chelsea, partly because it's him. So I think I can't put him in the top 2 just yet. If we get 3 years down the line and he's won 2 Premier League titles, then, you know, let's have another discussion then, shall we? Into the 2 to 5. So that one of these is obviously going to have to move into this. So really, I need 2 of these to drop down. I think that's a good way of doing it in the filtering process when we are ranking every Premier League manager. Who drops down? Who drops down? I mean, he... Okay. Brendan Rodgers, very, very strong, solid CV, has done very well with Leicester, has built that club. Tuchel, I think, the fact that I'm considering in part of these 2 into the top 2, tactically absolutely astounding. The way he's revolving the squad, really, really impressive. I think he's got to be in the top 5, surely. Ranieri, are his best days behind him, but has he had the greatest achievement of all of these? Quite possibly. Benitez has done very, very well. But I think it's down, for me, In terms of coaches that I would want to play for, it's these three that would have to make way. One of these three. Oh, sorry, two of these three. So Ranieri, I can't. Oh, you can't. I both can't have Ranieri in the top 5 just generally, but I also can't not have him for what he did for Leicester. Do you know what I mean? Who is the best coach? Who will get the victories? Benitez is right up there. And hang on, what about David Moyes? Do you know what? Oh, this is tough. Ranieri, I'm dropping you down. And Potter is great. Potter is great. I don't think he's got the sort of longevity yet, and that's why he's in 6 to 10. But he is very, very good as a manager, for sure. What he's done at Brighton's fantastic with that squad. Recruitment's fantastic. The way he works with Dan Ashworth, really solid. Bielsa, am I putting him in for mystique more than anything else? I'm putting Benitez down. Oh, am I? I'm not sure. I think David Moyes has to go in. Yes, he's had wobbles along the way, but what he's doing at West Ham blows my mind a little bit. And he deserves credit for that. He's going in my top 5. So, okay, hang on. So that'll be 1, 2, and actually I still need to get rid of one, don't I? Because one of these two has got to drop down. We'll come back to it. 6 to 10. Yep. That feels nice to me. Should any of these guys be higher up? Vieira's not done the time. Bruno Lage, I would expect to rise as time goes on. Is Nuno too high? I'm going to give Nuno the benefit of the doubt right now. I guess one thing that you would say, and I know he's got his Wolves top on it, I couldn't be asked to get a different picture, but what you could say is he was relieved so Lage could fly. I'm going to, look, due to data set in the Premier League, I'm going to put Nuno above. But I think he's at the bottom of that list, for sure. What Sean Dyche has done at Burnley is absolutely outrageous. Obviously, you want him to keep him up this year. Is he as dexterous, is that a word, as these other guys? Maybe not. I haven't seen it, have I? I haven't seen it. I think Potter's the future, so I'm going to put him there. And again, one of these is going to have to drop down. Sad times. Thomas Frank, I like as a manager. I think he's very good. I think he's very switched on, very clever. I'm going to put Vieira at the bottom of this little panel of managers, just because he hasn't got the years under his belt. But I like his gravitas. I like he's clearly a leader, all those bits and pieces. And I like where he's gently moving the needle with Palace. I think it's good. But also the recruitment is a big part of it all. Dean Smith's had a good managerial career. Bruno Lage, yeah, it's data set. It is data set. Now, bottom 4 or 5. 16 to 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 5. Brucey, how's the bacon, did you say? Fucker. In terms of Premier League managers, now this is tricky because you've got a man who's lost 9-0 a couple of times. Sorry, I had to bring it up. Arteta, am I being cruel on him? But he's at a big club. And Ole Gunnar has had, let's not forget the 3 years where he sort of sorted out the ship. Do you know what I mean? Steered it on a new course. But I also think that, you know, if you're managing the top clubs, you should be doing well. There's no reason because you have the quality there. He did get into second last year, didn't he? Maybe I'm being cruel with him. I think, look, Brucey's at the bottom, isn't he? Just because I think he's so outdated, you know, has lost his job. Yes, he's had his 70 years, but it's over, isn't it, for Brucey? Best of luck, son. Farke, I'm going to have to put him, despite winning the championship twice and being clearly a good manager, his inability to get anything from this Norwich team is a problem. And because of that, despite the budget and those bits and pieces, I mean, actually, that said, it's tough. I'm going to have to put him there just because he hasn't been able to get a tune out of any of these of the team right now. He's done well, though, isn't he, overall? Has he done more than Patrick Vieira in his managing career? Am I being unfair? I feel like I am. What's going on here? Vieira's had an absolute stinker. He's dropping down. Hasenhüttl, has he taken Southampton forward that much? Not really. They sort of tick along. But I'm going to have to kind of put him in that bottom bracket due to that. Vieira's getting really hard done by. There's so many good managers in this league. Arteta, I want more from him. I do want more from him. Is he starting to kind of figure it out? Has he coached them any better than any of these other managers in terms of squeezing the juice out of the players that he's got? No, he hasn't, and I think that puts him quite far down, to be honest. Can he do that this year? That is what this year is about, obviously. But he hasn't done very well so far. And so I think he's in the right spot there. And Solskjaer, I think, in terms of being 16th, I think that's possibly fair because he should have won trophies by now. He hasn't, but league position up until now has been pretty solid. Farke with a great jump there because back-to-back championship wins and taking this Norwich team, think of the personnel that he's got at his disposal. He needs to be doing better with them now. Will he last the season? Probably not, but I think that's probably a fair spot for him for what he's, the cards that he's being dealt, right? Bruno Lage, I've just been really, really impressed by him. And Benfica, right? He did do well there, so he has got a bit of pedigree there. So I think that's a good little spot for him. Dino, yes. Thomas Frank is doing great. I think there's a reason why he is the manager there. He's a smart dude. Has he done more than Dean Smith? I don't think he has, actually. I'm going to drop him down. Dino, you're up. Because I like the job that Dean Smith's done there at Villa. Nuno, Ranieri, yep. Now, okay. So we're there. I think we're there in an order currently. But someone has to drop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Someone's got to drop. And that's going to have a ripple effect, I've just realised. Oh my good God. The format. Wow. But who? Do you know what I'm just going to go where my eye keeps going, right? Because there's too many managers here and I need to get another one down here. I'm going to drop Nuno down. Because for whatever you want to say, Ranieri's had a glorious career. And I feel like he deserves to stay up there. So Nuno drops. And now when you look at him against these other guys, he's got to think, But actually, he got them into Europe, did do very well. I like him as well. So he can stay there. Out of these two, so Klopp versus Guardiola. Oh, it's tough. But in terms of what you've achieved and the ingredients you've had to manage, and if I'd like to manage for you, play for you, I'd love to play for both of these guys. The football that Guardiola's doing, and not having a striker and still destroying teams, is outrageous. But I'd rather play for Klopp, I think. And I think with the personnel that he's had and the budget that he's used, overall, he's done something incredibly special there. And I can't not have Klopp as number one. I can't believe I'm doing this. Wow. So, this doesn't feel right either. I think Tuchel already has shown... He's not been there long, though, has he? He's not been there long. I think if you said to me, do you want to play for Tuchel or do you want to play for Brendan Rodgers? I think I'd just about play for Tuchel, just because he has that kind of ruthless streak. And I think that's why I'm swapping that round. That's a gut call. It's a gut call. I did warn you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got to drop one down. Is it a big achievement what David Moyes is doing with West Ham, or what Bielsa has done with that Leeds squad? He's struggling at the moment, but I think that's due to injuries. I think that will change. He's also got more gravitas as well. David, I'm sorry. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Ranieri. How is he there? Because of that season with Leicester. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th. 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. And poor Stevie Bruce, kicking him while he's down. He is the lowest. And, well, probably rightly so. I'm okay with that. Right, questions for you. Where have I got it wrong? And if you can make one move, because that's what we normally do, what is the one move that you would make? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed and you want to get a copy of Football Manager, the new game, then subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Oh, like target, 4,000 for the rest of you lot if you want one of these. Oh, my God, you definitely want one of these. See you soon.